Welcome to Recently Logged, where Tom Cruise is forcing us to do another Halloween movie.
He's holding a gun to our head.
Yeah, he's right there. Hi, Tom Cruise.
Hi, hello, Tom Cruise. I'm a big fan of your work.
Yeah, we talk about your movie.
I do a fair bit of talking about your films occasionally.
You know, you're actually in one of my favorite action movies ever.
Wow.
Probably my favorite action movie.
Wow. Well, that's true. We're going to be talking about that, next week?
Next week.
Wow. Well, just turn off the episode. Wait till we upload next week.
Yeah, that's what.
And
yeah,
and you'll be just fine.
This episode though is officially unofficially endorsed by Tom Cruise.
Officially, unofficially endorsed. Okay.
All right. So what are we talking about today? Who are we? What are we doing?
We're Recently Logged. And I'm Robbie of Recently Logged.
And I'm Micah of Recently Logged.
Wow.
and also Emgraway Films if we're talking about
Emgraway
stuff.
Films, that's true. His very successful YouTube channel. Gets he gets like what, 30 views?
It depends on how long you're talking, because
Oh.
I've got 2 videos with over 100, but then I've got like a couple videos.
Well, I'm saying like within the first couple of days.
Okay, within like the first week, it averages around like 25.
Well, there you go. See, I was about right. That's not bad. Not bad
No,
stuff.
that's not bad.
Well, anyway, we're talking about the new since we didn't do 2 Halloween episodes during that month of October because of Mission Impossible, hence the Tom Cruise thing. We are now doing the new Netflix movie, His House, which is spooky season kind of. I mean, I guess it is. It's a horror movie.
It's kind of it's not
a
really a
horror
horror movie. It's not very spooky season-esque, but it's definitely a horror movie.
It's the least. I think it's the least spooky season horror movie I've seen.
Right. It has like nothing spooky season to it.
Wow. Well, since we already stated what we're going over, and we don't have anything else to say in the intro because we're boring.
Wow,
let's go over the basic facts.
Yeah, but like I'm dreading having to try to pronounce the names of anybody involved in this.
Oof.
All right. Anyway, basic facts time, brought to you by not any official sponsorship, by the way, but brought to you by IMDb.
Wow. We need to get IMDb as a partner.
We do. All right, we're watching His House 2020. It's rated TV 14 here in America. It's 93 minutes. It's directed by
Remy Weeks.
Remy Weeks.
I guess Remy, probably.
I'm not even gonna try with this cast. Like
I was about to say, I feel like we're doing everyone in this cast a disservice.
The main cast is really
they're
great.
all African names.
You should go.
I was about to say all
out.
of their stuff is actually they gave an amazing performance.
I love their performances.
You guys,
I can't pronounce their names.
Can't pronounce their names, but you guys should go definitely look up the cast list because the main 2 stars of this.
I really like them.
Golden.
The screenplay was also by Remy Weeks.
I don't know if this is their first film, actually. I would be curious to see.
Well, according to Letterboxd, Letterboxd, this was their first feature film. They did a short film. They did an episode of a miniseries, apparently. Another short film.
Oh, they did a Black Mirror episode. Okay. Or the guy was in a Black Mirror episode, anyway. She was in the one girl was in Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, I was talking about the director, Robbie.
Oh, no, I was wondering about the actors because I'd never heard of them before. But yeah, apparently this was the guy's like first big debut in a feature-length film.
Yeah, no, but they do a really good job. Like as a lot of the stuff in this film is like first time out in a feature-length film, and everybody's doing a really good job.
But yes,
it won no awards.
Well, yeah,
but
it just came out
it hasn't really had a chance to win any. So, yeah, that is His House.
Wow, I can't believe that's his house. We really did it, Micah.
All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about the basic thoughts.
All right, I guess I'll go first. I guess I could say that this is one of my favorites of the year. I think it cracked my top 5. I know I mentioned it last episode, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it cracked my top 5 of the year. It's been one of my favorite horror movies I've seen in a while, honestly. The direction in it for this being a debut, like a directorial debut, this is kind of insane to see.
Yeah, no, it definitely
To see someone who knows what they're doing, actually. Whoops.
Whoops, we let them direct a film and they actually know what they're doing.
Exactly. It's like watching Brad Bird direct an animated movie. He actually knows what he's doing.
Well,
he used to know what he was doing. But yeah, no, I expected this when the first time we watched it. It's a Netflix original. I don't know if we stated that already. We probably did.
yeah. And we had looked up that it was we had looked up and it was a directorial debut.
Yeah. We had low expectations for this.
Very low.
Because most Netflix original things are hit or miss a lot of the time.
And just most of like the random a horror movie that we turn on.
A horror movie.
Are
Let's
pretty
do it.
bad.
Yeah. But I was pleasantly surprised. It does a really great job of exploring its themes to the fullest. And honestly, I think really its biggest problems will probably lie in the pacing of the entire thing. With a couple other things as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah,
Right,
I really
this
liked
is
it.
Very long, basic thoughts.
Well, I was just my basic thoughts, Micah.
All right, I'll go for mine. My basic thoughts. It's actually interesting. The first time I watched this, I actually watched it a lot less, and liked it, liked it a lot less. Sorry, guys, I'm tired.
Okay.
I liked it a lot less, and I don't know why. I think it might have been like the circumstances, and then I just don't. I think you need a second watch to get the whole scope of this film very well.
Yeah, I'd recommend a second watch for this.
I think for me personally, anyway, it became infinitely better knowing everything that like knowing the stuff that you know by the end and watching the rest of the movie, which I think is really cool. I like it when movies do that. Because a lot of time, like for me on the first watch, like it was good, but a lot of times you just don't know you don't get what's happening really.
Yeah, you don't get the full gravity of a moment until you've rewatched it.
Yeah, but I really like the direction and like a lot of the creative decisions. Like I think this movie is really cool with what it does with its space and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And there's just some really cool moments. I think ultimately as a horror movie, I don't think I ever get actually scared from it at all.
Oh really?
Which is a little I don't know. I don't get scared from movies at all very easily.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So far the only two that I've seen that have really given any tension to me are Suspiria and 10 Cloverfield Lane. That's it.
Ooh, Suspiria. That's a good one.
So yeah, I didn't really feel any tension with this, which is a little sad.
That is a little sad.
But it was still very good and still had some creepy stuff. And I really, really liked the leads. And I actually liked the cinematography in this a lot. I love several of the close-ups they do a lot.
Yes.
And I don't know. Just so much of this is really good, and I'm like, yes, that. But then there's
Yes.
something just and we'll get into it more later, but there's something missing, and it almost feels a little hollow.
A little hollow.
But I gave it 4 stars.
Well, there you go. Not too shabby. That's an 8 out of 10.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
But I want to be able to give it more.
I want to be able to give more. Exactly.
I want to give it more support.
I wish it was just that much better.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
But yeah, basic thoughts.
Basic thoughts. Not well. That was pretty basic, Micah.
Yeah, because
maybe we should elaborate more for the people.
Maybe we should. It's we should go into another segment where we talk more.
Our main discussion, Micah. All right, so here we are now.
Yeah.
In the questions.
Yeah, what are the questions? What are the questions?
I guess I should
Who
ask
are the
first,
questions?
Because you just talked for 2
Where
minutes.
are the
Micah.
questions?
They just heard your voice for
They
2
did.
minutes.
They hate my voice.
What? No.
Don't worry about it, man. I'm tired.
Um, I guess my first question would be, actually, I wanted to bring this up.
You did.
Uh, wow. What did you think of the cinematography and blocking in this? Because I wanted to bring that up because that was one of my like favorite aspects of it in the first watch.
I noticed that in the first watch and especially appreciated it in the second watch. I really like the cinematography and blocking in this.
So dang good.
I think they do a really good job with making you like feel super tight in this house and everything, and like they use all of their angles and stuff to do such a good job. Like I said, me personally, I don't feel any tension inherently from the stuff, but like you definitely feel like the oomph coming from the shots.
I was about to say it's such a like claustrophobic, nice, like it's such a beautiful film. I can't believe it actually.
Yeah, like visually, this movie is like
that makes a lot of sense.
Really nice.
The cinematographer for this, Joe Williams, worked on all three of the Hunger Games movies.
I would say they improved.
Or, well, Catching Fire and Mockingjay Part 1 and 2, anyway.
Oh, yeah, Catching Fire has pretty good cinematography.
Interesting. But yeah, this is one of his, apparently, I didn't know that was the same guy.
Yeah.
I like this a lot better than any of the Hunger Games.
I could see the similarities between this and Catching Fire's cinematography. I don't know about the Mockingjay.
They do have a similar, now that you bring it up, like thinking back on Catching Fire, it does have a very similar, like, personal, like, close feeling to it.
Yeah, which I think works a lot better for this movie than it does Catching Fire.
Yeah, no, this is a drama about two people, so in a closed space. In a closed for most space. Of the
time. Literally locked in a house for 90% of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, like mixing the production design with that, I think it's really awesome because they use some of those shots and everything, like that one shot that's on the poster, even though that's not really the shot.
I was about to say that shot does not exist in the movie.
That technical shot, like the shot where they pull out on that, I love that so much. Like just and it's stuff like that really shows off this movie. So I don't know. Watch this movie if you haven't.
Yes, please go watch this.
But there's one part where, like they just had a mini argument. There's a lot of tension between the two leads. Blah blah blah.
Yes.
They're eating food, and the camera is close in on the guy just eating, and then it starts to zoom out, and it does this really cool reveal of like wherever I don't know. They use camera angles like that all the time, using their tight camera angles to reveal stuff. Not to just be tight.
I was about to say, this is one of my favorite things that cinematographers do, which is revealing something like halfway into a shot, like so blocking off part of the screen and then moving the camera in some way to reveal something. It's very cool.
And they do
it so well in this. They do it so well. I love it. It makes everything feel a lot more unexpected and impending than a lot of more unstoppable.
I think that's one of my favorite shots of the movie, though, is that zoom out on that. But I mean,
it's the money shot.
The money shot. It really is the money shot.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to bring up how exceptional, like the set design, lighting.
No, all that stuff on the production design, cinematography, all that. Like 10 of 10.
I rate it 10 of 10.
I love that stuff, man. That was really the standout on the first watch. Like I was watching this and I was like, wow, this is like really,
really good.
This is really well done on production design.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a question though.
Do it.
What do you think of the evil monster thing, the witch?
Evil monster thing. I don't know. Honestly, like, it's such a weird choice, and I feel like it has some, like, they could have gone with any design for the main monster thing, and I feel like it definitely says something with what they went with, but I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, if I knew more of, like, the culture and everything, I could tell you if that's anything of what, like, if it's depicted like that, like, if it's supposed to look like that at all and anything.
I literally said he gets attacked by an old British man.
Right, but it just kind of looks like an old flabby guy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I wonder if it has some sort of cultural significance, or if it's, because it's interesting that they went with like, because skin tone is obviously a factor here, because all of the other like monsters and well, I guess they're ghosts technically speaking.
Yeah, but they're the dead people.
Yeah,
who
exactly.
died,
They're
like,
all the dead people from the boat, so it's interesting to note that the monster, it doesn't look like that at all.
yeah, he's like pasty.
Exactly.
White.
He's just a pasty, teethy guy.
Yeah. You remember that one?
He's creepy though.
You know that one Star Wars character? He kind of looks like that Star Wars character.
Yes, that's very helpful.
That one villain.
Oh, yeah. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah.
it's interesting. It's interesting.
But beyond just the design, because I wasn't the biggest fan of the design, but I also don't know, like we just said,
Exactly.
if it has any cultural relevance.
I always feel like with a lot of some of the supernatural things in this movie, I don't quite get fully, just because I'm dumb. but
you do not know the culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's.
But what do you think of like how they use them, like the monster in the story side of things?
Honestly, I think that's interesting. It's interesting to note that you don't actually see him at all. Like he doesn't actually come into the story really that prominently until like halfway through, if not over halfway. Because I think you first see the knife on screen at like 2/3 of the way through the movie. Which is actually one of the problems I had with it, is I wanted more, I wanted more escalating tension between, like the couple.
Yeah, what you get, you see more
introduced.
of the actual tension that was already there if you've watched the movie before.
Exactly, yeah.
So, like, because the first time I watched this, I was like, wow, she just seems really mad all the time.
She's just a really mad person, darn it.
And then I'm like, oh.
Exactly, yeah.
She hates
she hates Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if it's actually part of like the technical problems with the story, but I feel like it's a very odd thing that you don't really get what is ultimately like the main tension, and I know a lot of it, and that's what I'm saying is I don't really get if I understand it all. A lot of it plays into like a cultural thing, and a lot of it plays into like this is something. Like and there's a point behind everything.
Exactly.
And then like the conclusion of it kind of confuses me some, and I don't know. There's just a lot about the monster specifically that I don't get.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just like a cultural thing, or if it's just something I'm stupid about.
Well, I was gonna bring up actually as one of my like talking points is I think, especially near the beginning, it could use a little bit of padding to let you get your footing a little bit before it starts throwing the editing timeline around a lot.
Yeah.
Because it really does discombobulate you at first. Like, I think the editing and just the way the story is written can be kind of unclear at times.
Yeah.
Which is like not a good thing.
No, especially that's what I was saying with the first watch is it's very confusing.
Yeah, I was about to say because yes, having like revealing information later in the script is can be a good thing.
No, I love the later reveal.
Exactly.
That they do.
No, the reveal is great, but I think they don't give you enough to even get your footing that much in the story. And that does lend itself to you not being as invested in the first little half of the movie.
You get like 1, 2, 3 shots of them fleeing, and then cut to them somewhere in the UK.
Yeah, no, I was gonna bring that up because I think that's one of the main reasons the first half of this is a little weaker than the second half, because the second half is like actually really great.
Yeah, I think that like the lack of really set up for the characters and anything, and then mixed with the lack of any tension beyond the main tension you get if you've really watched the movie before, like if you know what's happening.
Yeah.
So like you have what just seems to be two people in a house.
Exactly.
You know, one person seems to be indefinitely mad.
You know what I think? You know what I think would have made it. My opinion, Micah.
Your opinion.
My opinion. The perfect opinion. The perfect option that would have made it perfect.
Option that would have made it perfect forever.
I think honestly, if we would have just had like a dinner scene with the two of them or something at the beginning, like something like that, something like around the house, just a casual scene. And then, like, you could do, like, a hard cut to what the opening of this movie is with war and everything. I don't know. I think it would do a good job of establishing the slower pacing, like, tone of this movie. The more ominous tone of the movie.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. It does a better job, I think, at setting the stakes. I don't know. I just think something like that would help this movie a lot in the first half.
Yeah, because the first half is definitely a lot more void of tension and a lot more you're trying to figure out what the heck the story is doing.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, does keep you engaged with the movie, which is a good thing.
Yeah, no, you definitely don't get bored of this movie at all. But I was so confused watching this the first time. I was like, come on, come together. What are you guys doing here?
Please come together. please come together.
I was, and I think that's the thing that really, because like I'm down for a good old confusing thing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like even like The Prestige doesn't explain itself much till the end.
Oh my gosh, The Prestige.
You're like, wait, what?
What? Go listen to our Prestige episode. Wow. Referencing Over the Garden Wall.
I am.
Wow.
Video on that on my channel coming sometime soon. Hopefully.
Remotely soon.
Gotta research, write, film, record, edit, and produce.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to bring that up because I think like the first half of this movie is considerably more lackluster than the second half.
But yeah, I think on the topic I was talking about earlier, though, what I was trying to build to is like the whole story behind the witch is like it was poor honorable man. He wanted her house so bad he started stealing, right?
Yeah.
And then, which really like, you know, as it should, it directly parallels.
Yeah, it directly parallels to what happens in the movie.
Blah blah blah. He comes, which it haunts the house. But like, what is that? Like, and the main thing I was still confused with on the second watch, what does that mean for the fact of the conclusion of the movie?
Conclusion? How does it conclude?
She's spoilers.
Oh yeah,
spoilers.
Yeah. Oh wait, I remember now. Yeah.
She stabs the thing.
Yeah.
Dies.
No, I remember now. Yeah.
And then they just they just go on.
You're tackling the monster as an actual supernatural force?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I read it more as an internal, like, as more as like an internal grief with like that's what I read it more as.
Like yeah, I was like, obviously this could, like, I didn't know what to make of it. I was like, obviously this could just be like an internal representation of them having to deal with the fact of what they did.
Exactly. See, I read it more as that the entire, like, killing the entire, like, the monster and everything. I read that more as them finally confronting and getting over their grief, at which the conclusion.
Yeah, which made sense,
exactly.
But I was trying, like I was thinking, like, is this like are they using this as a direct parallel as like actual monster, or is it just, can it entirely be written off for like as just, this was just like, you know, them dealing with stuff,
which is very interesting actually, because I was also gonna bring up the way they always keep you on your toes, like what's real, what's not, that kind of thing. This almost the entire movie.
Yeah, no, I really like that they do that.
Well, once they get in the house, anyway.
Yeah, once they get in the house.
Because I like, especially on the second viewing, I'm like, is this a dream? What is this? Is this actually happening?
Yeah, it's very interesting how much they do like, and it's like we talked about earlier, those tight angles that really keep
so good.
Everything like secret and hidden.
Oh, I love the actual like horror sequences in this movie. They're so good.
Yeah,
I love them so much.
I love like one of the biggest, like one of my favorite reveals of the movie is when she runs away and goes into the classroom. and runs into all the people, blah blah blah, has a big conversation there, and then it cuts
The flashback.
into the flashback of how like when they first started running away.
The flashback
and, like,
within the dream.
Yeah, the flashback within the dream, and like the reveal of like the classroom and everything. I was like,
Oh
dang.
yeah, it's so good. Dang. In conclusion, his house is really good.
Yeah, it's just so odd because like the production and like we keep talking about production, cinematography, direction, stuff like that, and this is really good, but there's something that feels like, for me anyway, that it's just missing.
Oh no, yeah, it's a little off the mark, which is sad.
and I don't know if that's all can just be contributed to like the writing, pacing in the beginning and the editing.
Like I said, I think mainly contributable to the little, like, how lackluster it is at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I enjoyed the beginning both times I watched it.
Yeah.
But it just isn't the same as the second half.
I think the second half is a lot more technically sound than the first half is.
And I think one thing that always bothered me, and not like super, like not a lot, but it was just an interesting thought during the movie, is like it keeps you on your toes of whether or not you're supposed to actually be scared of the one guy.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just don't do much with that. Like, it's very odd. Like they have them go act like they have him go like completely off the walls, pretty much bonkers, and he like takes all the door handles off and he closes up all the windows and everything, and it's like this huge thing. But like, what does that mean for the movie? Like, what is? This was a lot of the stuff for me in the movie.
There are a lot of different ways you could, since it is so metaphorical a lot of the time, like and since there is such a direct parallel a lot of the time in a lot of the things happening story-wise, you can read so many things so many different ways.
It's very odd. And then like I was like, whoa, like when she like just straight up stabs him,
Chwink.
And I'm like, huh?
The chwink.
And then it just kind of like drops that because he just brings her back in.
Man, it makes the movie really interesting to think back on, with how many different ways you can read a lot of the different scenes.
Yeah, it makes it very interesting, but I think it also contributes a little bit to the confusion and kind of lackluster feeling of the movie.
Yes.
Because although it's really like interesting, it also doesn't really bring it together as well for like as a whole movie.
Yes. Yeah, no, it definitely makes it a little... I wish the entire screenplay was a little more coherent.
Yeah.
But it is very cool.
No, this is a cool movie, for sure. I think the only noticeable like production or anything like that complaint I had was just not one that they could do anything about. Probably just like the CG looking a little rough at some points.
Yeah, it's a little rough, but
like
what are they gonna do?
There's nothing they could do about it. It was probably super low budget.
Yeah, I was about to say, why do you think they only had like 3 locations?
Right. Let's see what their budget was.
Yeah, I can't imagine it was like that much, honestly.
Does IMDb not have their budget?
It should. TMDb, it's easier to find it on. Do you want me to look? Do we want to take this much time?
No, I'm gonna look just to do. We're doing other stuff though.
Okay.
I actually had another question.
Okay, shoot.
Since we usually do it and we had not, I was just going to. No.
Since we usually do it.
The
URL is the movie.
Yeah,
DB.
I know it is, but I can usually get it to pop up by doing TMDb.
Okay.
What is your favorite scene or sequence?
Favorite scene or sequence?
Yeah.
It's a toughie. It's a toughie, Micah. Actually, it's got to be one of the horror scenes. Obviously, I think that's pretty obvious. Although the final scene is really good too.
There is no listed budget. Maybe.
Yeah, I
Netflix.
figured. I was about to say, I figured because it's Netflix and it's pretty small, I figured it probably wouldn't list its budget.
Netflix sucks.
Dang, bro, it's tough to pick a favorite because there are so many like just stick out moments that really stick with you throughout this entire movie.
I think if you don't mind me commenting
Yeah, no,
on
you
mine
do it.
first,
Do it.
I think one of mine, it's not inherently my favorite, but it's just one that stands out a ton for me,
Mm-hmm.
is the scene or the entire sequence really, when he's like, okay, fine, talk to me now, blah blah blah, lights the candle
Oh,
and
that is a good one.
goes that whole dream sequence stuff. That is sick.
Sick indeed.
I love that. And they do actually one of my like all-time favorite shots in the movie with that close up as everything fades to black around him.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a good pick. I'm like, it's a good one.
That was just one of the most standout for
Yeah.
me.
One of my favorite movie moments of 2020.
Yeah.
Can you even believe it?
I mean, 2020's movie.
Yeah, well, yikes. I think citing my favorite scene might be the first scene when we first fully see his daughter, like in the house when he first gets attacked and everything.
Which one did they first? Is that the one with the knife and everything?
Yeah.
Like the first one with the knife?
Yes. That's honestly one of my favorite
That's
scenes.
really
like
good.
it's one of my favorite scenes like in this entire movie. It's so good. That's one of the a really well directed, really well paced scene.
Yeah, they do all of their horror stuff
Exactly.
so well.
I want to see this guy do another horror movie.
It's like Lights Out, but good.
It's
When they do horror.
It's like if Lights Out was good. Oof.
I wanted to make that comment, but there's literally nothing else that's similar
There's
to
no
Lights
other parallels to Lights Out.
Just the horror, like the way the horror is
Yeah,
done.
exactly. No, it's really good. Yeah, no, I think that would probably be my favorite scene.
Yeah, like in the one I was talking about though, I like it was super unexpected, and I loved it so much when they did like the extra arm thing for making it. I loved that so much.
Yes. Sadly, more shoddy CGI, but
Yeah.
still.
I mean, the arm CGI.
Yeah,
isn't
no,
bad.
the arms
it's
didn't look bad.
octopus
Yeah, no, the
CGI
the octopus is what looked a little rough.
Yeah.
Much out of context. No one knows what we're talking about, like octopus. I thought they were stuck in a house.
Go watch this movie, guys.
Yes,
It's good.
you need to watch His House. I highly recommend it. Favorite, I think might be my favorite cinematography since American Pickle this year, because I do like American Pickle.
Yeah. I was looking at my 2020 ranked, and I have like as my top Tenet, Hamilton, Boys State, and then this, and like Hamilton is just there because I need more
Wow.
slots, because Hamilton
There's
it
like
wasn't
nothing this year.
didn't come out in 2020, and the recording isn't technically
The
like
recording
a movie.
isn't even a movie.
And then Boys State's a documentary.
Yeah. Boys State is so gray, it makes me sad.
But it's good.
It is good, yes. But yeah,
But yeah, this year's been rough.
this year's been rough. This has been a breath of fresh air.
Slim pickings.
Finally a good PG 13 or I guess TV 14 horror movie.
It's actually not rated.
It's actually not rated. Oh. Okay. Okay, Mike.
No, I just thought about it because I bring that up a lot in my what I watched videos of my quest for a PG-13,
Request
a
for
good PG-13 horror movie.
PG-13 horror.
And I'm gonna annoy everybody and officially call this not a success in the video.
Wait, this one?
Yeah.
His House?
Yeah, because it's TV-14, not
Oh,
PG-13.
wow. Okay. This would be PG-13 if it got an MPAA rating.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
I was worried there for a bit with the language.
Oh, yeah.
Got the
Bro, just mute it. Mute it for that scene and you got
Right.
yourself a PG movie.
I got the type of British people that say bruv a lot.
Bruv.
That's what was wrong with Kingsman.
Wow. Is that you're citing the main criticism for Kingsman?
Yeah.
Bro.
Taron Egerton says bruv too many times.
Just watch Rocket Man instead. Yes.
Do you have another question, or do we wanna just kind of?
I was gonna thinking about going into closing thoughts, Micah.
Yeah, there's not especially a ton to talk about
Yeah,
for this
I
one.
was about to say,
It's very small.
Very very small
But in a
story,
good
not a lot of
way.
problem. Yeah, no, it's a good small. It's a good.
Oh, here we go.
good
Here's the
movie.
question.
All right, shoot.
what do you think of Doctor Who?
He seems very British. Like, honestly, I don't know. His performance in this,
It's so British.
it's so I actually really like his performance in this.
So do
It's
I. I
very
liked
good.
him. I was worried I was not going to like him because I'm not the biggest fan of that Doctor.
Yeah. No, he was good in this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it. I'll say it. Doctor Who
Or
was good in this.
or at any rate, I liked the scenes with him in it a lot. Like the scene. I love the scene where they get him the orange juice.
Ooh, yes, that is a good one.
That is such a, the orange juice.
The orange juice.
I love that scene.
The orange juice.
The sound design done in that scene.
It's just juice, Micah. They don't drink orange juice in the UK.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Everyone
it's just
knows
the juice.
It's just juice. It's
The sound design and like the tension in that scene. Straight fire.
The sound design in this entire movie is good. Bro,
Robbie.
the sound of the wet rope. That's a good sound.
Ooh. The wet rope reveal though.
Indeed.
At first I was like, wait, what is that on the rope? And then I was like, oh, it's
Wait.
seaweed.
Ah, it's seaweed. It's weed.
People who haven't watched this are still like, I thought this took place in a house.
Micah, it's weed.
It's weed.
Wow.
Wow.
Is that a weed, Micah?
Robbie's every episode drug reference
Every
for some
episode
reason.
has to have at least one drug reference in it, apparently.
Yeah, this is what happens when you listen to so much music.
Wow. It's just all the music I listen to has drug references. Is that what
Yeah.
you're trying to say?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
that's no, it does.
Wow.
It literally does.
But it literally
Um,
But yeah, no, we covered all the main talking points. There's obviously other ways you could dissect this movie. And
yeah. In other ways, because this is a very interpretable.
yeah,
movie.
it is about to say up for interpretation in a lot of ways. But yeah, I think the main interpretation, the most popular one, will probably be the one we're taking.
Yeah, it's a very small story. Takes place in a very small area. It's not that long of a movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty. Actually, we turned this on initially because we were looking for a movie and it was late and it was short.
Yeah. And I think it does, like, I'm honestly glad it's short. Like,
Oh yeah,
like
no. With the way it is right now, the way the screenplay is, I'm glad it's a short movie.
and besides, like, beyond that, like yeah, specifically that, but like in context to other people's that I've seen directorial debuts, a lot of times
Oh,
people
boy.
make their debuts way too long,
Really lengthy.
with like a screenplay that's not very like tight,
Yes.
and it's just like.
Please kill me now.
But they actually made a short, pretty tight
Yes.
screenplay.
No, this is a fantastic debut. I cannot wait to see what this guy makes next. 'Cause
Yeah, no, I would love
It's
to
probably going to be really good.
I would love to see another movie from this guy.
But yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into
All right,
our closing thoughts.
thoughts.
Here we go. So do you want to go first, Micah?
I forgot a question.
Wait. Okay. Fine. We'll do the question, Micah.
Okay, I was gonna say, what do you think of like the main characters as characters, like as overall in the story?
Honestly, favorite protagonists of 2020 might be. I don't know. Like,
What
honestly,
about the protagonist from
Oh my
Tenet?
gosh. Freaking Tenet.
Christopher Nolan.
Yikes, bro! I haven't even seen Tenet, and it makes me cringe, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really I think there's a lot of depth to both of their characters, which is kind of crazy.
No, I really like, because that's what I wanted to bring up. I really like that they're not just like extremely surface level
I was about to say,
horror protagonists.
And all of their exchanges always have subtext to it.
Right.
And it's so crazy that,
like I said, you miss a lot of it if you've only watched this once, or if you haven't watched it at all.
I was about to say almost every statement they make to each other, it has some sort of subtext to it, which is
amazing. And I know
unprecedented.
some like movies that are like really critically acclaimed that don't do that.
yeah, no, it's crazy actually.
I just like, because if you think back, especially in the PG-13 horror segment of horror, everything is always so surface level in these movies.
Yeah, no.
It's always just like the characters they have some sort of tension. Like usually there's a marriage, and the marriage, it's not doing
It's
so
on the
well.
rocks. Micah. Is it going to be like Insidious?
Dad's been working too much.
Oh my gosh, the dialogue in Insidious, Micah.
There's a lot of, they're not feeling like they're working. So the mom feels like they're putting in all the work with the kids.
Oh my God.
The dad's always working. She maybe thinks that he's cheating on her or something.
An affair, question mark?
Exactly. This is every PG-13 horror movie setup.
Wow.
And that's the entire depth of the characters.
Oof. But yeah, no, yeah. If you just wanted to bring it up to say it was good, yes, it is very good.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to bring it up because I wanted to talk about it because we didn't.
Yeah, no,
and
the main characters are actually very memorable.
the performances are great, and
yeah.
the characters have a lot of depth to them.
It's kind of crazy.
Like, just so many things just don't do that. Like, a lot of the tension that's brought to this is because of their characters, and like the amount of acting, honestly, and writing that went into their dialogue and everything is just, I don't know.
They
man.
nail it,
I just
bro.
wanted to bring up the characters because the characters are great.
Yeah, no, they are. It's good to know, Micah.
All right, sorry. Now we
All
can
right,
move.
now we can move on to the closing thoughts. Here we go. All right, so do you want to go first this time, Micah?
Do I want to go first this time?
Since I had to do my opening thoughts or whatever first, basic
Sure.
thoughts.
Sure,
All right, do it.
I'll do it.
I dare you, Micah. Do it.
Let's see. Closing thoughts. I think in conclusion.
In conclusion.
This is probably one of the best movies to come out of 2020 so far.
It is.
It had one of the most memorable stories and one of the most memorable sets of characters. The production is great. Almost everything is great about this.
Yeah.
It's not one that I would watch a ton just because of the stuff that is a little bit lackluster in it. But this definitely, especially on that rewatch, I was like, wow, this is definitely a film
Good stuff, my man.
that I will come back to.
Exactly.
Like if it wasn't a Netflix original, I would buy a copy of this. Like, this is one that I would be happy, even though it's only, I stick by my rating. It's only a 4-star movie.
Oh yeah, no. I don't know. I would still be going between 3.5 and 4 if I were to rate this.
Yeah, it's a little bit leaning towards 3.5, but still, it's still like, it's one that I'll definitely come back to because they do so much well, and I would definitely look out for anything else by these actors, by this director.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I don't know. Like, it's
good.
just really interesting. It's really good. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, no. I would probably have to say I'd probably have to ditto a lot of what Micah said. It's definitely, I think, it's one of the ones I'll remember the most from this year. It surprised me the most out of a lot of the movies I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Besides American Pie.
Very low expectations
Yeah.
going into it.
I think it made it that much sweeter watching it.
And ultimately, this is probably going to be one of my favorite horror movies because I haven't seen that many horror
Yeah, I
movies.
was about to say by virtue of
or that many good horror movies,
Yeah.
I should say.
But yeah, no, I just really adore this movie. I'll probably end up, like I said, revisiting it in the future with fond memories.
Fond memories.
And yeah, no, it's a fantastic movie. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You're gonna go to Netflix.com and watch His House. Is what you're gonna do.
Support this movie, guys.
Yeah, go support it.
Go support the movie.
Support the movie. But yeah, no, it's good stuff. Very good stuff. And I don't know if we're doing another Halloween movie at some point. Another seasonal movie.
I don't know. That
But
depends.
we'll have to see, yeah.
That depends how fast Thanksgiving comes upon us.
Yeah, I was about to say we'll have to see. But yeah. I guess that sums up recently log's official discussion.
We're discussing something.
We're discussing his house. Yeah.
We're discussing his house.
But yeah, no, that wraps up the official recently logged discussion of His House. Are you ready to rank it in the Mission Impossible franchise?
I am ready to rank it in the Mission Impossible franchise.
Wow.
I think we should put it above Ghost Protocol. But below,
right below Rogue
Nation.
Nation. Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. Are you gonna segment
We
it?
we gotta go into what we watched,
You
Micah.
gotta do the segment.
Here we go. Yeah, in case you didn't notice, guys, we're recording this actually in segments this time rather than me splitting it in post. So I'm sorry. I'm
The
sorry if
splits
it
in
doesn't
post.
flow as well, but it makes my job a heck of a lot easier. So yes, here we go.
So what did we watch?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. You don't have to make it that jarring for segments, Micah. I was gonna explain
No,
what this.
I like to make segments
Okay,
jarring.
wow.
It's funny.
I was gonna make a statement as to what the heck this segment is. For those first time listeners, we go
First-time
over
listeners.
on our Letterboxd accounts. We look through our diary of the past week since we did an episode and go over all of our basic thoughts on movies we've seen since then.
Yeah.
Like
can-
since our last episode.
You can follow me on Letterboxd if you just search in members. If you search Micah profile with Timmy with the needle at his neck, that's me
Timothy Chalamet, Micah.
from Dune.
Yes, and you can find me on Letterboxd at Christian Cuber, which I'm planning on changing my at once I get a profile, like once I become a member.
Once I
Wow.
become a pro member.
Yes, that is the plan. Because once I found out you could change your name, I was like, heck yeah, here we go, boys.
All right. Let's get into let's
Get into what we watched.
because some very eventful things happened for me personally.
Personal.
So on the 1st of November, we watched Rogue Nation, which we just did
Mission
an episode
Impossible
about.
Rogue Nation, baby.
So you can go listen to that.
Yes.
So we'll be starting on the 2nd.
Starting on the 2nd of November, yes.
So what did we watch on the 2nd, Robbie?
We watched, for the very first time,
Ever in our lives.
the 2014 limited series...
Masterpiece.
One of the highest rated things on Letterboxd ever. Over the Garden Wall.
Over the freaking garden wall, bro.
Over the freaking garden wall.
Okay, I gave it 5 stars. This is... I'll get more into it in just a second, but, like, I love this so much.
Oh, no, we're definitely doing an episode on Over the
Like,
Garden
just
Wall at some
everything
point.
about this is amazing.
Why did no one make us watch this
Right?
sooner?
Like, nobody was shoving this down our throats like they should have.
Everyone should watch this.
Like, we never even, like I had heard of it, but, like, I just, we never watched Cartoon Network much growing up, and, like, we never did. We never had the opportunity to. We never sought it out. We just, like, never really did. And then I had forgotten about it until I went on Letterboxd and saw it was one of the highest rated things on there.
Yeah, no, it'd been in my watch list for like a couple years, and I had just forgotten it existed.
And I was like, dang, that's on HBO Max.
It's so good, guys. It's so good.
It's so good.
We need,
Okay.
like I said, we need to do a whole episode.
A bit of a story time though. We watched that without our mom, and we didn't think inherently that she had never inherently said that she wanted to watch it.
Wow.
She's even less of a cartoon.
Trying to cover it up.
No, she's even less of a Cartoon Network fan than we are.
Wow, I like Cartoon Network. What?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
And this is very, very not typical Cartoon Network.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know how this got made on the Cartoon Network. But she came home from work and wanted to watch it, so she turned it on. And we watched it again.
We watched the whole thing again.
Which, no complaints.
No complaints, yeah. I was about to say, if anything, it gets better on a second watch.
Yeah, but, like, no complaints even watching it twice in one day.
Exactly.
Like...
I could have watched it the third time.
I gave it 5 stars, and actually it made its way into my top 4 favorites on Letterboxd.
Wow, all-time faves.
It's so good. I'm actually, like I said, making a video about it on my channel right now.
Wow, who'd have thought?
I'm working on that today.
I watched a couple things without Micah. I watched 39 Steps. It was a rewatch. It's really good. Who'd have thought? And then I watched... I guess, another Charlie Chaplin short film, The Idol Class, which was also very good and very funny. Micah caught like the last half of it, I think.
Yeah.
Not my favorite Charlie Chaplin film, but it's still good.
Then we watched the short Tome of the Unknown.
Tome of the Unknown.
Which was the short that came out, Emmy Award-winning short that came out
Tome of the
on
Unknown.
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
That first featured the characters that would later become
Wirt
Over
and
the
Gregory.
Garden Wall.
Wirt and Gregory, Micah.
Still with the killer cast of Elijah Wood and Colin Dean, though.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I didn't rate that. I don't really.
I didn't.
I don't really rate shorts.
I don't rate anything. But yeah, no, it's good. It's charming enough. It's not nearly as nuanced as the show is,
it's not
or
nearly
as
as nuanced, but
as the series is. But it's still good.
It's fun, and it's nice to see the humble beginnings.
I was about to say it definitely looks more like a YouTube animation than a Cartoon Network animation in this.
Yeah. But next we watched nobody's favorite movie, I hope.
Oh man, somebody who knows, Micah.
Sorry, Luke. It's another British movie.
It's another British movie that's not good.
We watched The Pirates: An Adventure with Scientists.
Why the heck was it scientists?
Why the heck was half the plot of this movie a thing?
Why the heck, bro? What the heck?
Who thought this was a good idea?
Who greenlit this?
Who was like, who over there at the wonderful studio of Aardman was like, yes, we should do this.
I think Aardman just needs to stop branching out, stop trying new things.
Yeah, no.
And just needs to do Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah,
that's
just
it.
Wallace and Gromit, and give me some Timmy time, and that's all we need.
Heck yeah, Timmy time. Oh, and Chicken Run 2. We have to have Chicken Run 2.
Chicken Run 2 is a must.
2021. Chicken Run 2.
Oh,
okay, I take it all back.
I didn't know they did Arthur Christmas.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
I didn't know that.
I love Arthur
Interesting.
Christmas.
Okay, I take it all back. Never mind, guys. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep branching out. Keep doing new things.
We should do Arthur Christmas on the podcast when it comes around
we
that
should.
time.
We need to do Arthur Christmas, bro.
But man, The Pirates: An Adventure with Scientists.
Not good.
Not good.
My official score is not good.
Even though the cast is really good, like I really like the voice cast. The movie is not.
Yeah. No, it's just really lackluster at best.
Yeah.
And really boring at worst.
And I didn't really find any of the jokes funny, and I really like pirates.
Micah's the biggest pirate stan in the house.
I'm with Breadsword on this one. Pirates are awesome.
From a purely aesthetic standpoint, pirates are pretty cool. But not good. I would not recommend anyone watch this.
I hopefully will never watch it again.
But yeah, after that, what did we watch?
We
watched the 5th.
The Lodger.
The Lodger, a story of the London fog.
Was actually really good and really refreshing after watching the Pirates.
I was about to say watching Art, Mike. Another Hitchcock movie.
This is probably my second favorite silent film I've watched.
Ooh. Are you counting The Artist as a silent film?
I'm counting The Artist as a silent film.
Wow. I don't think that should count.
I think it counts. The Artist is really good. You should go watch it.
It is really good.
But no, I really liked this. I love me some misunderstood rich emo man.
Rich emo man. Nice. Yeah, no, this is. It does such a good job at getting you invested in the story.
That was the thing. You get so invested in this man.
Yeah, go watch The Lodger. Dang, bro, it's a good one. One of the good ones, Mike.
Yeah, I don't have too many comments on it, but it's
one of my favorite Hitchcock movies.
You can watch it on the Criterion channel.
You can watch it on the Criterion. Watch it on HBO Max.
I gave it 4 stars.
I don't know what I would rate it. I don't know. Probably something around there.
Next, we watched the highly anticipated, interesting to say the least, Guillermo del Toro directed Hellboy 2: The Golden Army.
Going from Pan's Labyrinth to this was a really big downgrade.
Right. We watched Hellboy, which is good.
Hellboy is great, bro.
Pan's Labyrinth, which is great. And then Hellboy 2, which is...
yeah, just kind of meh.
It's not inherently bad, but it's not good.
Yeah. Basically, I think I summed up my thoughts this way. Basically, everything that's wrong with the MCU.
Whoa, you're stealing
kind
my
of
review.
Wait, this was my thoughts before you even
look,
wrote
I
your
wrote
review.
This, the first sentence of my review.
I'm just saying basically everything that's wrong with the MCU's movies, the bad ones, is wrong with this, and it just really kills the Hellboy vibes.
Yeah,
honestly.
I actually wrote a review for this one while I was watching the movie, and my first sentence was, it feels so much like MCU Hellboy, both to its advantage and to its disadvantage.
Yeah, because it definitely is more playful than the first one is.
Yeah, and you get to see like more, even if they don't do a great job, but
Yeah.
more of the characters that I'm super sad because I'm not going to get any more of these characters with this
Heck
cast.
yeah, no, that really sucks because I love Abe. I'm gonna miss Abe.
Like, no, I love all of like the main three of them.
Yeah.
I think that there's great chemistry between them. The actors are great.
Heck yes.
I'm gonna miss them, and the fact that this movie wasn't good.
You're making it sound like it came out like this year, Micah. It's 2008.
Yeah, well,
Get over it.
for me, it came out this year.
Wow.
They did. Oh, Abe.
Poor Abe.
They just did so much wrong.
Yeah, there's so many things wrong with this movie. So many screenplay level things wrong with this movie.
The villain could have been inherently more fun than the villain of the first one, but then they did a lot of weird decisions with the villain.
Yeah, the first one's villain kind of rocks though, Micah.
And they did a lot of sloppy world building in
Oh
this
my
one.
gosh,
I'm
so
not
much
gonna lie.
sloppy world.
Like, I like me some Del Toro worlds. I think he can create some awesome stuff.
Heck
like
yeah.
I love all of like production design wise the stuff that they do, except for all the CGI they added that they didn't need.
The CGI eyeballs, Micah, they still haunt me.
Give me more of just straight special effects like makeup stuff. And that's what Guillermo del Toro is good at.
The makeup from the first one is so good.
I think like the world building was just the biggest like punch in the face versus the first one, because the first one does its world building so well.
It really does. It does such a good job. The first one's so good, guys.
Yeah.
Go watch the first.
This is like everything that was really good in the first movie, just quite a bit worse.
Yeah. But yeah, no. At least the lighting was cool.
And the characters, I can't not enjoy these characters.
Yeah, their dynamic
honestly.
is still fun, but I don't know. It's definitely a lot more boring.
Then we watched the ever amazing Once Upon a Snowman.
Which my review of this was disappointed emoji. That is literally my review.
My review for this is it's a disaster.
This is a disaster. Yeah, no, it's not good. Don't watch it.
Go watch the Shafrillis, is it
Shafrillis Productions?
Yeah, Productions. Go watch his video on it. It's fun. It's more fun than the short.
Wow. But yeah, no.
Next we
Don't
watched.
watch it.
Next we watched.
Heck yeah, we watched childhood classic 90s movie that 80s movie that no one knows of.
Undercover Blues.
Or no, it is 90s, never mind. Undercover Blues?
Dennis Quaid.
With the ever horrifying French poster for this movie.
Right.
But yeah.
It's sad to me that this has got such a low average, but I totally get
No,
it.
it makes perfect sense, Mike.
It's not that good, but it's just like I grew up on this.
It's kind of crazy, actually. I think this is one of the few movies. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say it. Nostalgia has blinded me, because I think I would still love this movie.
It's still
if
funny.
I watched this without having seen it as a kid.
Like it's really funny.
It's such a hilarious movie. But it's just really bad in all other respects.
Yeah, like it's really funny, and the main characters are enduring, but outside of that,
it might be my favorite trash movie. It's good.
I don't know. The weirdest thing is
I recommend
we
it.
haven't watched this in forever, and we didn't know who Stanley Tucci was.
We had no idea who Stanley
last time we watched this, and it's so weird that it's Stanley Tucci.
It's Stanley Tucci's best performance.
And who knew Stanley Tucci could be buff?
He's ripped in this movie.
Like, he's so ripped.
What the heck?
I'm like, wow.
I don't like it.
Stanley Tucci, what the heck?
I don't like it. I'm not comfortable with it. I do not endorse buff Stanley Tucci.
Buff Stanley Tucci is too powerful.
He's too powerful. Wow.
All right, I gave it 3.5, but
Yeah.
that's mainly because it's just so like it's just such a childhood
Bro,
movie.
honestly, I'd probably give it a 3 or a 3.5. I don't think it's bad, honestly.
I think it deserves probably a 3.
Yeah, it probably is around a 3. It's the pacing and comedy are probably its two strongest aspects.
Yeah.
Because you don't get bored watching this movie.
No.
At the very least, that's a good thing.
Yeah, like that's one thing I
Because
was
a lot
worried
of
on
bad
this
movies
rewatch.
get boring really fast.
That's one of the things I was nervous about on this rewatch because we really hadn't watched it in forever. Was that, oh my gosh, this is about to be
this
boring.
Is gonna be so boring.
But it wasn't, and that was good.
It was good.
Next, we watched later that very night.
Yeah, we watched a lot of comedies recently.
The ever amazing, probably one of my favorite comedies, if not my favorite
I think
comedy.
Might be my favorite comedy.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. Heck yeah. Heck
love that.
yeah.
Love that. That's my favorite comedy.
Why wouldn't it be, Micah? What else is there?
I love Mean Girls.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Mean Girls and you're old enough to watch Mean Girls, go watch Mean Girls.
Yeah, Mean Girls. Yeah, parents consent,
yes,
kids.
Yes.
Parents consent.
It is a PG-13 comedy.
It's the epitome of a PG-13 teen comedy.
I love it. Yeah, no, if I'm dating someone and they won't watch Mean Girls with me, we won't be dating anymore.
Right. That's the rule for everything.
Bro, Mean Girls is so much fun.
It really
is.
It's
such a smart screenplay.
Who knew?
Such a well-paced story.
Who the heck knew?
Who knew Tina Fey had it in her?
Could write a good movie? like you tell me that it's Tina Fey and I'm like, and then I'm like, but it's good, and I really like Tina Fey's character in it.
The takeaway is this movie should have a 4.3 average, not a 3.7.
Yes.
on Letterboxd.
Or maybe it should have a 7.3 average.
What?
As the greatest movie of all time, like it is.
I see. Then after that, I guess you did watch it with me. I was like, wait a minute, I started that without you, but
yeah, you started it over.
Yeah, I restarted it because I was only like 20 minutes in. And we watched Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying.
No, you delivered it bad.
What? Okay, fine, do it.
Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
I see.
That's how you have to say the title.
This is such a good movie, Mike. Might be my favorite Kubrick movie. Maybe 2001 it would still be very close. It would be so very close.
I think this works on paper a lot better than it works in movie.
Yeah.
I don't think
because you lack taste, Mike.
I don't think a lot of the comedy works. I think a lot of the editing is weird.
What?
I think the ending
does such a good job at balancing its A, B, and C plot, Micah. It has so much to do. And it does such a good job of, like, editing-wise. It's such a smart screenplay.
I can appreciate what it was just for the time of what it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that was going on that Stanley Kubrick dared to make a comedy about essentially bombs.
I hate Stanley Kubrick as a man, Micah.
Nuclear war ending the world.
But he does know how to make a good movie.
Yeah, well, supposedly...
He's kind of the worst.
Awful to work.
No, he's kind of the worst, Micah. No, if you look into his career at all, he's kind of the worst.
I would hate to work on any of his movies.
Yes. But yeah, this movie gets scarier every time I rewatch it in the modern era. Because, yeah.
But still, I don't think it works very well as a comedy. I don't laugh. I don't find much funny about it. I don't know. I just don't think it works as well as it should.
Well, to each his own. I think it almost warrants a 5-star, but that's just
I gave it 3 stars.
Oof.
And I'll stand by that rating. Like, I just don't think, like, from a cinematography and direction standpoint,
so dang good in this.
Yeah, it's good. But from a writing and structure and just like that sort of standpoint, and as a comedy, I really don't think it works.
Well, you have a right to your own incorrect opinion.
Wow.
I watched the Criterion Blu-ray of this, by the way.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to mention it because I like Criterion.
Criterion suck.
How dare you, Micah? They have their Criterion Fantastic Mr. Fox. Does that suck, Micah?
And the only reason it doesn't is because it has a cool cover.
Wow. You don't like Doctor Strangelove's Criterion Blu-ray? It has the little envelope.
I don't like Doctor Strangelove enough
so
to like
funny.
Doctor Strangelove's Criterion.
I love it.
The envelope is cool, and the little Russian phrases and Bible thing is cool.
The Russian phrase book and Bible. That is that joke is so good. The heck, that a guy could have a pretty good weekend in Vegas with all that stuff.
2 pairs of lip gloss.
2 pairs of lip gloss.
2 nylon stockings.
Oh my gosh. Go watch Doctor Strangelove. How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
That was like, see, but that and The British Man are the only stuff that comes off as like actually funny.
The British Ambassador Man.
Like there
He's
are
transfer.
like there are so many funny things in theory of this movie. Like I love some of the jokes in it, like the president with the Russian leader. No, Dimitri, I'm just
I'm just as upset about this as you are.
No, okay, Dimitri, you're more upset.
Oh man, it's so.
See,
it's
that's
so good.
great, and like the gentleman you can't fight in here. It's the war room.
There are so many
and,
great
like,
one-liners in this.
But like as a whole, as a comedy, I'm just like,
you don't think it works?
I don't think it works as a whole. I think there are good lines.
Maybe we need to do Doctor Strangelove on the podcast.
I think we should. I think that would be a good time.
There we go. Because I absolutely adore it. You apparently do not.
I see that it has merits, but I do not like it.
All right. Well, we're over the hour mark now. So we spent a lot of time talking. Hopefully people actually enjoy this segment.
I enjoy this segment.
I enjoy this segment. We get to vent about stuff we want.
Right. We get to vent and then just like not explain, just cut it off.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Go watch His House.
Go watch His House. Go watch
Mean
Doctor
Girls.
Strangelove. Go watch Over the Garden Wall.
Go watch Over the Garden Wall. Go watch my YouTube channel.
And we'll see you next week with our first like redux review of a movie.
Yep.
Mission Impossible.
The final Mission Impossible movie so far.
Whoa.
We'll have to pick back up the series when the new movies come out.
Assuming Tom Cruise doesn't die.
Assuming Tom Cruise doesn't die.
But yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. Adios.
Tom Cruise is in the studio still.